Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Amos Farmstead. I'm Diana if you are new here. I apologize for not uploading more regularly, but we've had a lot going on and I am sad to say that it's all coming to an end before it ever really got started. The garden, that is, not the YouTube channel. I know I've been slacking lately and I apologize for that, but we have really good reason for that. We've been incredibly busy growing our bee business, and the exciting thing is about 2 weeks ago we went to our first farmers market and I am happy to say that that was a great success. We sold a lot of our honey and met a lot of new people and gained a lot of new customers. We'll actually be going back again this weekend since it was such a great success. We have also been preparing for a lot of new things coming up. We've gotten new chicks to help with the production of eggs now that everyone is scrambling to find eggs and chickens. So that is something that has been going on. But sadly, this year in the garden just hasn't been a good year. Starting out this spring garden, things heated up rather quickly. So the tomato blossoms, though we did set some tomatoes at the first level, everything from the first level up the blossoms started to fall off and drop, and just nothing was being produced. We do have a few tomatoes that have just thrived through it all, and I'm excited for that. But canning this year for us, it's really not going to happen. We are getting some, tomatoes that we can do fresh eating and making salsa and maybe a small batch of pasta sauce. But other than that, we've had issues with the heat, squirrels that have been coming and robbing my tomatoes, and also it is either the stink bugs or the leaf-footed bugs that are really putting a hurting on my tomatoes this year. I'm finding lots of nearly ripe tomatoes that are having lots of brown rotten spots on them, and that is quite a disappointment. I'm guessing the chickens appreciate it because they're getting lots of tomato snacks, but for canning this year, it's just not going to happen, and that's okay. I do plan to start a whole nother round of tomato starts coming up around August, so hopefully they can be in the ground in October. So I will bring you along for that too, hopefully, if things have not changed around here in the direction that we are hoping. But anyways, I'm going to take you around, enough rambling, and I'm sorry for not updating more regularly, but we are going to try to get back to doing that and sharing some of the things that are going on here on our farmstead. As you can see behind me, if you remember from my first spring garden tour, my daughter had planted these boxes of different sorts of flowers, and look how beautiful it turned out. A lot of the sunflowers are already starting to die back because they've been going for a while, but as you can see, it turned out beautiful. I'm really excited to see that Love Lies Bleeding Amaranth starting to really hang and put on a show for us. It's looking very beautiful. I'll give you an up close look at that right now. And I apologize for the wind. It's an unusually windy day here, which I'm not complaining. But you see here we have this beautiful coleus. We have different heights of sunflowers, different mixes. We have zinnias, we have some African daisies, of course marigolds. Back there, that is the nasturtiums and the Love Lies Bleeding Amaranth. Is that not stunning or what? That definitely earns a spot in my garden every year. And these beautiful marigolds, I'm not sure what variety it is. This is a new one that I tried this year and I really love it. Very beautiful. Here's a look at my brick raised bed that I made, and look how tall this sunflowers got. We have a mix of zinnias and marigolds over here, and a couple of birdhouse gourds that set on the vine. And this vine ain't doing so well. It's starting to die back, but that's okay because we got, I believe, 3 birdhouses off of it. But this is pretty much just the flower bed. I come over here and pick fresh flowers for my family. Over here, the one thing I was most excited about, and will you check out the size of that loofah gourd. I believe we have 5 loofah gourds set on this vine, and I am excited to dry them and use them in different ways. Here is my upcycled chair, if you remember, and how well this beautiful nasturtium is doing over here. Also back here in our ground, our native soil, I've gotten 2 birdhouse gourds growing back here also. The first raised bed, these are my onions. I've already harvested all my carrots. Next bed, this has been my best tomato bed because it gets the most shade. And I know people will preach and preach and tell you that you should put your tomatoes in full sun. Here in Florida, I have found that tomatoes love a little bit of shade. As you can see, I still have plenty of black beauty set. This is an emerald green. These beautiful buncheon onions are just growing ginormous. And we have some new ones starting down here. I've had to cut back a lot of the leaves because we started getting fungus. You know, it's gonna happen. It's Florida, it's hot, it's humid. I mean, what can you do? You take the good with the bad. And also, I've taken off a lot of the lower tomatoes because the squirrels keep snacking, and I'm not very happy about that. But as you can see, look at that way up there. This is the Amish paste variety of tomato, and I have some ginormous tomatoes coming off of this vine, and I'll take you inside here in just in a bit and show you my counter full of tomatoes that, of course, I'm having to let ripen inside. But this Amish paste, I mean, it still has some blossoms set at the top, and hopefully with this cooler weather we've been having lately, we can get some of those to set. In the same bed are my sweet peppers. I've done harvested a lot of jalapenos, which we have used to make jalapeno poppers. I've gotten quite a few purple bell peppers. I am kind of waiting to see if I can get these golden California Wonder bell peppers to actually turn golden, so I'm leaving them there a bit longer. But as you can see, we've got some big ones going on, and I would like to make some stuffed peppers with those. But like I said, this is the bed that has done the most, this is the bed that has done the best because it gets the most shade from that oak tree right there. Painting over here, this is the next bed. Also an Amish paste, but as you can see, it gets more sun and it isn't doing as well. That was a Dr. Witchy's. There's nothing left on it. Why? Because the squirrels have taken it in. Also, we're getting some disease. Next is the amethyst cream cherry. We've gotten a ton of tomatoes off of here. Very prolific tomato variety. Next was a Jet Star, and I've see that it's starting to get some new blossoms set at the top, and I need to come out here and tie this up. So hopefully, maybe, like I said, with this cooler weather, we can get some tomatoes to set. Here's the other side of that bed. I had 2 peppercini peppers doing really well, and the squirrels come in and dug up underneath of it and knocked one of them over and it died. I have a good start of some jalapenos. Over there was a yellow pear. At the end of this bed is the Tabasco peppers, which are just starting to set some blossoms. Next to that is the cayenne peppers, some marigolds. I've gotten a ton of cayenne peppers, which I am drying to make some powder. And of course, the massive Everglades cherry tomato plant is still producing. It has gotten a little bit of the fungus that I've been getting, but it keeps on producing. And here's where some of the devastating news comes in. Lots and lots of fungus, and also the stink bugs or leaf-footed bugs really took a toll on all of these that are out in the pots. We still have quite a bit of yellow pear tomatoes that, despite having some kind of issue, is still producing. Along with this plant, we have one Dr. Witchy's yellow right here. Surprisingly, the best tomato in these pots has been the green zebra. We still have tomatoes coming and going strong. Over here, this is the squash beds that I made out of old bee boxes. And as you can see, they've seen better days. I am waiting to let the last of the squash ripen, and these are getting ripped up, unfortunately. And as you can see over here, I've already started going through and doing a bit of garden cleanup. The tomato bushes are really starting to struggle, so I've already started ripping things out and, you know, moving forward, preparing for the next thing. And that is, you know, the fall garden. As you can see, this is reality. Not everything's gonna be great. You're gonna struggle. You're gonna spray, you're gonna fertilize, you're gonna plan, and still nature is gonna take its course, and sometimes these things will happen, and that's okay. We just move forward. As long as you keep a good mind about it and move forward, that's what matters. As you can see behind over here, these elderberry bushes are really taking off. I will come around here and show you that hopefully this is the start of some beautiful elderberries. And we have several bushes that are starting to set this fruit. And last but not least, we do have our Kentucky Wonder pole beans over here, which I am fixing to harvest all the beans off of. I've already gotten all of the bush beans off and saved those. This year, since I'm not doing so much canning, I went ahead and just blanched and froze my bush beans. And before I end this video, I'm going to take you in and give you a shot of my counter full of tomatoes. Most that I've had to take off before they are fully ripe. So unfortunately, I'm not going to get the full flavor. But that's okay. We'll take the good with the bad. We live, we learn, and we move forward to the next season. Again, I will be starting more tomato starts in August and hope to get those in the ground in October for hopefully a fall going into winter tomato harvest. So crossing my fingers that we have better luck then. But that's just part of gardening. It's not always going to be a great big success. And again, as I said, I'm going to do my best to keep making videos a little bit more regularly. It's a bit of a struggle here with our poor Wi-Fi. I'm not able to use my good camera to edit the videos on my laptop because our Wi-Fi is so crappy. And my phone keeps telling me that my memory is full, so I am limited to what I can provide and share as of right now, but I'm gonna do my best. And if you don't see me, you can always go over to Instagram, where I definitely do post more regularly over there, because it's just a much quicker process. But again, thank you so much for watching and following along with us, and we'll see you guys again real soon. Take care.